Everyone. Back to filming on my iPhone, just for now. I don't know where my SD card is for my camera, so I just pulled out my phone. I was going to post like a birthday-ish video today, and then I filmed it and hated it, and just kind of started like getting down on myself and feeling like, the past few videos I've posted haven't done as well as other videos I've posted. I feel like I'm not really growing anymore, and I'm just very frustrated because, I do enjoy posting videos and making videos and all this stuff and seeing the analytics, but on the same time, I don't know, it's just hard for me at least to separate the two and just like go on the journey and just let it be what it is. And I feel for the most part I can do that. But this past month, I've just been very frustrated and constantly like thinking about it, trying to do different things, or like, okay, maybe if I'm more professional, my videos are shorter, maybe if they're longer, like this, and this. And YouTube is one giant experiment for most people, but I'm just very discouraged lately. And I just, making this video, I think more for myself, just to like look back on at any point and see where I've gone and what happened, and just to like share that it is sometimes frustrating when your hobby has analytics tied to it. Although I enjoy analytics, it's also tough. This isn't like an I'm quitting, no more videos. I think I don't know, need to not even take a break, but like just revamp how I do things and really think about like who I am as a person, and realize that that's kind of, why certain people do better than others. And on a like emotional level, I've been told like a lot during my life that I'm like a boring person or a bitch. And I think now I've kind of realized that I've like internalized a lot of that, to the point where I just like have accepted like, oh, I'm this boring person, I have zero personality. So I just figured like, okay, don't have a personality. I can't like gain people on that because I'm this boring person. So I'm just gonna have to like rely on my expertise or my reviews and just try to make sure they're thorough and honest. And I thought I've been doing that, but I literally watch them back and I'm like, okay, this is boring. Well, that makes sense because you're a boring person. And I don't know, recently I've just like kept saying it to my boyfriend, just like I was frustrated with YouTube and I'm like, I guess I'm just boring, like I'm just a boring person, like I don't know what I'm gonna do. And he's like, you're not boring, like you're not a boring person. And I'm like, yeah, I am, like I'm not fun, I don't like to do things, like, everyone, like that's my thing. um and now I'm kind of realizing how bad that is for my own mental internal dialogue, where I'm like, okay, like, yeah, I'm definitely not like the life of the party or super extroverted at all. But I mean, I have friends, so like, I'm not boring. Um, it sounded like a lie, but I swear I do, even though I haven't seen them in a year. I swear I have friends. Um, and yeah, it's been a weird revelation to almost be like, oh yeah, you do have a personality. Um, and I think also that's just like also tied to not doing anything for a year besides working. So I've just had to be like work Amelia and not being able to like flex my personality, if that's what we want to call it. Or, like, we all say like, what are our social skills going to be like after this? And I think here's like a symptom of it, or not a symptom, a, what's the word? It's not a symptom. It's a, it's not a conclusion. A side effect of this is I'm work Amelia, and this is what I've done, and this is what's happened, and it's just very like cut and dry. A few little like, oh, it's nice out today, just a few little generic things. And then for the most part, I'm just home. I've only recently moved in with someone to be able to talk to anyone else. But otherwise, it's just alone. So you just pretty much like, shut off and like just consume content, and like that's that. That I'm like, oh wow, like I think I've like lost my personality through quarantine, weirdly, or just like knowing how to show it and interact with like anybody else. Even when I receive like text messages, now I'm like, I don't know how to respond to this. Like, I don't know how to form a sentence and like be engaged, and that's scary that you can like lose social skills that quickly. But yeah, I just wanted to hop on and say like, no real video this week besides this like random ramble. And that I'm hoping that now that the weather is also nicer, and that does always make me feel better. I saw a tweet that was like, sometimes I don't think seasonal depression is real, and then like you have that first 60-degree day in March and it feels like you popped a Molly. And not that I've ever done Molly, but I'm like, yes, like it's just that feeling of like euphoria when you walk outside and you're like, oh my god, I feel like a person again. So I'm hoping that will help. Maybe I'll do like a self-care day video. I don't know. Just wanted to share my journey and where I am so future me can look at this, anyone else who comes across this, and just share what I'm going through. I'm sure I'm not the only person who feels like they've lost part of their personality through all this. So thanks for listening, and I will see you in my next, hopefully more energetic, hopefully feeling a bit more like myself video. Bye.